Meta is being accused by Human Rights Watch of imposing limitations on speech advocating for Palestine. Greetings and salutations to everyone. In today's video, we will be discussing the accusations made by the Human Rights Watch against Meta. According to the organization, Meta has been removing or restricting content that supports Palestine or Palestinian human rights, even when it does not violate the platform's rules. The report highlights concerns regarding the removal of peaceful pro-Palestine content that did not infringe upon any policies. Additionally, the Human Rights Watch has called on Meta to provide more information about its policies and moderation decisions, such as government takedown requests and exceptions made for newsworthiness that allow policy-violating content to remain visible. Without further delay, let us now dive into our discussion. On Thursday, Human Rights Watch accused Meta of consistently taking down or limiting content that advocates for Palestine or Palestinian human rights, even in cases where it does not violate the rules set by the social media platform. The report highlights apprehensions regarding instances of pro-Palestine content that were deemed peaceful and subsequently removed by the company, despite not infringing upon any policies. Additionally, the group urges Meta to either revise or provide greater transparency regarding various policies and moderation choices, such as government requests for removal and exceptions made based on newsworthiness that allow policy-violating content to remain accessible. In its report, Human Rights Watch emphasized the importance of Meta allowing protected expression on its platforms, including discussions about human rights abuses and political movements. The organization further urged Meta to consistently enforce its policies for all users. Although Human Rights Watch offered general descriptions of the content that was taken down, the organization did not offer detailed information or screenshots regarding the numerous posts that were allegedly removed or limited. According to the group, Meta restricted or removed over 1,000 pieces of pro-Palestine content during October and November 2023, despite claiming that these posts did not violate their rules. The group observed instances where posts containing images of injured or deceased individuals in Gaza hospitals, along with captions advocating for a free Palestine and an end to the genocide, were shared. Additionally, they reported an incident where a user attempted to post a comment consisting solely of a series of Palestinian flag emojis, resulting in a warning from Instagram that the comment could potentially cause harm to others. In the report, the group does not assert that supporters of the pro-Palestine movement experienced a higher level of enforcement compared to other groups. In a statement, Meta expressed its disagreement with the Human Rights Watch report, emphasizing that it fails to accurately portray the company's commitment to safeguarding speech pertaining to the Israel-Hamas conflict. According to a statement provided by spokesperson Ben Walters, Meta expressed that the report fails to acknowledge the challenges of enforcing their policies on a global scale amidst a rapidly evolving, polarized and intense conflict, which has resulted in a surge of reported content. In an official statement, it was emphasized that our policies are crafted to ensure that everyone has a platform to express themselves, while also prioritizing safety on our platforms. We acknowledge that mistakes can occur, causing frustration for users, but it is important to note that the suggestion of intentionally and systematically suppressing a specific voice is untrue. It is misleading to claim that 1,000 instances, out of the vast amount of content pertaining to the conflict, serve as evidence of systemic censorship. While this may make for attention-grabbing headlines, it does not diminish the fact that the claim itself is misleading. Meta and other social media companies have recently faced increased scrutiny regarding their handling of content related to the Israel-Hamas war. After Meta's oversight board recently overturned the company's initial choice to delete 2 conflict-related videos, citing their portrayal of crucial information regarding human suffering on both sides, this subsequent decision was made. Following previous controversies surrounding Meta and other platforms for their failure to remove potentially harmful or misleading content, these critiques underscore the delicate balancing act that the company must navigate. They must swiftly remove sufficient content to mitigate potential harm, while also avoiding excessive enforcement of their rules that could impede free expression. Compounding the difficulty is the divisive character of the dispute, as there is not always consensus regarding what qualifies as harm. The recent report by Human Rights Watch, for instance, raised concerns about Meta's decision to delete certain comments and posts containing the phrase, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." While some interpret this slogan as advocating for a Palestinian state and peaceful coexistence between Israelis and Palestinians, others perceive it as anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, and potentially inciting violence. In addition, Human Rights Watch raised concerns regarding Meta's decision to include Hamas in its dangerous organizations and individuals policy, citing the United States government's classification of the group as a terrorist organization. They suggested that the company should instead adhere to international human rights standards. According to the report, Meta's dangerous organizations policy encompasses political movements with armed factions, including Hamas and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The report suggests that Meta should disclose the complete list of organizations covered by this policy. By implementing this policy, Meta inadvertently prohibits numerous posts that support significant Palestinian political movements and stifles conversations surrounding Israel and Palestine. Over the years, Hamas has perpetrated extensive and brutal acts of violence against both Israelis and those who oppose them in Gaza. A tragic incident on October 7th resulted in the loss of over 1,200 lives. It is important to note that Hamas is officially recognized as a terrorist organization by the United States, the European Union, and Israel. According to the report released on Thursday, Meta's policy on dangerous organizations and individuals is designed to prevent the incitement of violence, which is understandable. However, the policy also includes broad restrictions on ambiguous forms of speech, such as expressing praise or support for dangerous organizations. These definitions heavily rely on the United States government's lists of designated terrorist organizations. According to the report, Meta's policy enforcement effectively results in the prohibition of numerous posts supporting major Palestinian political movements and stifles the conversation regarding Israel and Palestine. The report further suggests that Meta should disclose the complete roster of groups and individuals subject to this policy. In August, Meta made revisions to the dangerous organizations and individuals policy, permitting the inclusion of references to such groups and individuals within the realm of social and political discussions. In September, the company announced its intention to release an updated policy in the first half of the following year, following a thorough evaluation of its definition of praise pertaining to hazardous organizations. To conduct its review, Human Rights Watch reached out to Facebook and Instagram users, requesting emails containing screenshots and additional evidence showcasing instances where their content was either removed or restricted. According to the organization, reports were received from over 60 countries in various languages, predominantly English. These reports conveyed a range of messages but shared a common theme: peaceful support for Palestine or Palestinians. Human Rights Watch clarified that it only included cases that could be verified and excluded any content that could be interpreted as encouraging violence, discrimination, or hostility. The report highlights a particular issue with Meta's approach to content moderation, specifically its heavy dependence on automation. According to the group, there have been instances where users' comments expressing support for Palestine were automatically deleted and categorized as spam. In its recent assessment, Meta's oversight board specifically criticized the company's reliance on automated systems for content moderation. The board discovered that 2 videos pertaining to the Israel-Hamas war, which provided crucial insights into the human suffering experienced by both parties, were needlessly taken down by the automated tools at first. Before this week's decision, the board opted to review the videos, leading Meta to restore them. In a recent blog post, the company emphasized the significance of both user safety and expression, highlighting their importance to both the company and its users. In October, Meta informed CNN that it had set up a dedicated operations center with a team of experts, including individuals fluent in Hebrew and Arabic, to closely observe and address the dynamic situation. Additionally, Meta mentioned its collaboration with fact-checkers from the region. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.